Hey there, Libra. Welcome to my handle. Come on in. I'm going to be giving you messages for February 2026. Want some saging? Here. Smudge for you. Come on in. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. You know the drill. Come on in. We're going to see what's in the cards for you this month. All right. I've already called in everybody's ancestors, spirit guides, angels. Your whole team is in the house with me right now. Please just know it. Okay. First one that came out, Archangel Michael. Yeah, he's in the house. That's funny. Protection, prevented from harm, and divine intervention, Libra. Somebody's protected from something. Okay. Archangel Michael is, angels basically are warriors, right? Warriors. They don't always play nice because they've had to earn those wings, right? But hey, it is what it is. Archangel Michael earned them. So that might be a message in that for somebody. Apology, arrogant, rash actions, and insincere. This is in your present here. Something about a fake apology. Archangel Michael is around taking notes. All right, crowning you. Isolation, rejected, left alone, self-inflicted. If this isn't you, it's them, but somebody, okay? Whatever that is, somebody, this could be like a hermit kind of vibe, staying within, staying in, right? Or something. Okay. Show me. Sipping. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Rumors, gossip, and nosy. Somebody wants to know what the tea is. I'll tell you what the tea is right now in these readings. Yeah. Somebody's being nosy, though, or chatty. There's a lot of rumors going around or something, maybe. Show me. Take the first one on the bottom. Karmics, third parties, haters, and lessons learned. Haters. Yeah, you're dealing with a karmic. You're dealing with a karmic, a third party, something. Lessons learned, that's what it's about. Doesn't mean that all these karmics have learned their lessons yet. I don't feel. But hold on, we're going to get more of the vibe before we start playing tarot. I love playing tarot. Let's play some tarot, Libra. Show me what I need to see. What about Archangel Michael and this fake apology? Very insincere actions at the least of it, if there is even an apology. I feel like a lot of them haven't apologized, and that's the insincerity of it, maybe. Inheritance. Something about someone's inheritance. This could be a spiritual inheritance. It doesn't mean just money, but we're going to see because, this world does run on greed. So we'll find out. Somebody's protected from harm, though, here with Archangel Michael. And I feel like that's you. I just heard somebody needs to learn about who's who in the spirit realm, whatever that means. Like what your angels are about, what your spirit guide or who your spirit guides are, maybe. Somebody's inquiring about that. All right, anywho. Abuse. Flat out. Fake apologies about this abuse. Is this psychologically attached, this abuse? Or is it SA or other ways? We're going to find out. I was abused. Or an abusive situation to the point where, I was pretty much left for dead. So I don't really take abuse real lightly, Somebody has a gift here, right? This is a gift. Knowing is a gift, right? But inheritance, we could be talking money as well, possibly. But somebody's being rejected or feels rejected. And someone else, it's like self-inflicted though. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out with you. Consequences, yeah, to everything. Everything has a good and bad effect on every decision we have. So that's why we need to do the best we can. Yeah. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Somebody wants to know the tea, right? They're being nosy, gossiping, right? Hector, yeah. They never should have. You're damn right. Trying to sacrifice you. You know, this is really sad that this is playing out in so many of people's lives where it's on in the collective, and it's not just once in a while. It's all this world. It's like buckle down. If you're a star seed or you're in your spiritual north node, this is when you buckle down, because these darker energies that do rule this planet, I believe, they're feeling the rise of the light, so they're buckling down, and then the light needs to buckle up, you know what I mean, kind of thing. But okay, so yeah, we need to stick together, we need to get empowered, and we need to be more strong, like a warrior, right? Like Archangel Michael, he was a warrior. And that's like what we need to do through time. Somebody's being well versed. Somebody is well versed. They have knowledge, right? These karmics, third parties, and haters. It's all about learning lessons, my friends. It's all about learning lessons. Or if they learn their lessons, right? But it's about us learning ours. Uh-huh. All right. Well, anyway, we're going to start with, where did I put that other deck? Oh, right here. All right. I'm going to use one of my Rider-Waite decks. He only has like 100 or more versions. Show me what I need to see. The Chariot. Yeah. This could be about a car. Somebody might be getting a new car. But ultimately, it's talking about movement. There's a victory. Yeah, who laughs now? You know it, right? Uh-huh. North Noder, I can tell. Yeah, this is movement all the way around, but it is a victory card, this inheritance, right? There's something in your favor. Somebody's well, you are protected from Archangel Michael, but I feel like you're also protected from the rest of your spirit team. I'm sorry, I know it might be frivolous to some of you, but it's meant for a reason. Your spirit team is in the house around you all the time. Okay, they just went through me and somebody needed to know that. So, Knight of Cups, 10 of Cups down, the Fool, Page of Wands, 5 of Cups. Yeah. You know, I just had this in my last reading. I just did Aquarius, and it was all about a sit down. It was all about apologies and talking it out, right? Maybe not so much apologies, but maybe over this abuse. Whatever it is, I am feeling the sit down. Somebody, we need to talk kind of thing. Okay. 10 cups turned down. Somebody has a gift, right? This is not a real happy, joyous union, however. Somebody's feeling left out of this. They're feeling left out of the gifts or out of the inheritance, or that's what it's about. Consequences. I feel like there's innocence here. Taking a leap of faith. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Consequences. I feel like it's telling you you need to take a chance in something about this, because he's looking right at the 10 cups down. Right? Page of Wands. Well-versed. Yeah, somebody's well-versed. They're listening. I'm hearing proclamating. Somebody's proclamating. Well, if they're proclamating, are they proclamating gossip or rumors? Or are they proclamating the well-versed version of what's going on? Or something about these karmics. You know, there's a lot of loss and disappointment here. You know, all that blood spilled, yeah. If he turns around, those 2 cups are behind him. Now, a lot of us see this in this card, right? But there's also a bridge. There's a bridge to that, you know, home or inheritance or family or unit or whatever, right? Somebody's protected from this. It's moving. Something happened. It's a victory, though, so I'm not sure how this plays out with you. I guess there's so many Libra scenarios, you know? Yeah. Okay, so now we're talking sit down, right? Or whatever that is, right? With this abuse and fake apology, right? Things are happening. Look at all the growth on those wands, right? Abuse. They could have casted these spells. See? Words are spells. Rumors, gossip. It's all word witchery, right? Our words are spells, but things are happening fast. And this is about a sit down. This is about communication. This is about talking. We have both of the 2 fastest cards in tarot on the table already, right? We have the Chariot and the 8 of Wands. Boom, boom, boom. Quick, quick, quick. You might have to be quick-witted in a conversation about this abuse. Libra, be on your toes, right? Empress. You are Empress, male or female. I don't care. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry that kids are always, because they're the innocent, right? They're always the target, you know? But here's Empress. Empresses are not arrogant. They're not rude, right? They're very gracious and abundant and you know, they're in that, it could be popularity, but see, I have rejection and isolation here. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but it came through. So it could be very dual energies maybe, but this is about growth and expansion and, you know, the Empress, you know? 9 of Swords down, feeling better out of the consequences, getting some good sleep, right? Getting some good sleep. Somebody wasn't, however, or something. It was a nightmare. It's about the nightmare being over, taking a risk about this stuff. Using your gift, maybe. Using your gift around the unhappy family. Or whatever that means. Hold on a minute. I need a bunch of cards, please. I'm getting very mixed messages all of a sudden. There could be a lot of people involved. 6 of Pentacles, gift again. Small gifts given and received. Somebody's well-versed. 5 of Wands down, Temperance down. Very, very unhealed. Yeah, this is abuse. It's abusive. I'm thinking most of it is very verbal. It's psychological abuse. Are we talking narcissistic or what? Whatever it is psychological. You need to be quick-witted. These people are very reckless, right? There could have been a lot of drama. There could have been a lot of hexing involved in the past. A lot of curses that are being broken. You know, these spells that are being broken. People's beliefs in the rumor system, right? Being broken. People are in regret, I feel. Some people, but it's very imbalanced. There's Archangel Michael reversed. We have Archangel Michael upright, and then we have Archangel Michael down. This person is abusive. They're very insincere too. I feel like they don't, I don't know if they don't see it, don't know it, or won't accept it. But however that's going to work with you, I feel like these could be diabolical energies, especially with Archangel Michael on the table, because Archangel Michael isn't playing, right? He's protecting. He's doing his job, right? Making plans with these gifts, looking out. What are we going to do? while you're in hermit mode kind of thing, maybe in the next couple weeks, you might be trying to plan for the future or, kind of figure this out, right? He is looking towards the past, however. It's about the future. Empress is looking forward. This guy's looking that way. This is very aristocratic. Look at his hat. Maybe a philosopher or something. Never really got that out of that card before, but I am now. And he's got the world in his hands, see? That's you. You're going to be doing a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, a lot of maybe calculated, or about these calculated things. Dealing with it. Consequences. Yeah, the hardships. Somebody is. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Oh, yeah. It's rough out in the deep sea when there's a massive storm. The turbulence, the constant crashing and wow. Okay, so freeing yourself though, or feeling better out of this and taking a chance is really what's needed here. Are you trying to heal someone or help someone? A lot of you North Noders, yeah. These are karmics that you're dealing with. They're haters or whatever. Yeah, crossroad decision. Somebody's well-versed. They're not sure what to do. Being well-versed is probably what you should do. Because I'll tell you what. Knowing what you're talking about, knowledge is power. It's like armor. Right? It's like armor. Once you know how to deal with these things, right? These diabolical energies, possibly, right? Then we know how to deal with them. We can block it. We can maybe I was gonna say elf shot it, but I don't know if that's a good elf shotting. I don't know if any of you are familiar with what that is, but I believe it was an Anglo-Saxon thing back with the pagans and druids and what. And an elf shot was known as these verbal attacks. It's word witchery, see? And they don't think they're going to get caught because what happened, it's psychological, right? So I feel narcissistic all the way around here, They're condescending, they're manipulating, they're twisting, But anyway, that's what you do. Take that fucking blindfold off. Right? Six of Pentacles. Gifts given and received. You have a gift, my friends. You higher vibrationals have a gift and you need to speak your word, right? Be well-versed at it. You could be very well-versed in your craft, right? The Emperor. Look, we got Empress right in the middle, and then we got Emperor. Okay? It's a divine counterpart. These two are supposed to be together or know each other or whatever that is. There's a reason. They could be a karmic, right? Sometimes they are. Unfortunately, we're going to get deeper still. We're going to use my Oz and Wonderland deck. Hi, everybody. Popping in and out. Hello. It is disgusting, isn't it? God, I'm so sick of these energies on this planet. I am so sick of it. And they are feeling threatened because they are buckling down, a lot of them, especially the elites, right? Because they're all sociopaths, sadists, narcissists, and sociopaths, the people that run this world. It's fucking sickening. And it's true, but they're being highlighted for a reason. They're feeling threatened. They're buckling down, sure. But that's when the light workers and starseeds and people that, are in their truth and true spiritual path, that's when you buckle down and say, no, this is not okay. Right? What the? I'm feeling the, wow. Okay. Whew. We're going to get into it here. Show me what I need to see. It's for Libra. Ace of Pentacles, silver slippers. How well do you know your lore and trivia? They were actually silver slippers before they were ruby slippers, before color came into play on the big screen. But anywho, this is an opportunity. This could be tangible. Could be money, a job offer, a promotion, possibly. If it's not a job, it's an opportunity. Okay? There's an opportunity here for these people. Three of Pentacles down. Whoops, this goes over here. That goes there. Yeah. Moving ahead with this new beginning. Inheritance is right over it, and Archangel Michael. I feel like your money is being protected. Okay? Whatever they were crafting, this team of more than likely 3, but it doesn't have to be. Whatever they were building has stopped. Whatever they were doing, right? Probably the round and round we go, or whatever, and it's about the sit down, the abuse. That sit down is going to follow me through this reading as well. I feel it. And here's the Chariot again. Ding, 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 ding. 10 cups down. There's a victory here. But it's not a happy union. Somehow. It's put people in deep thought, I feel. And I don't even have the 4 of cups out. But a lot is happening, 2 chariots on the table. A lot is happening around you, even though you may be in that hermit mode, isolation, whatever, possibly in the next couple weeks. Maybe it's them. I don't know. But, this is the time to use, right? There's a new beginning here for you. I like it. Taking a leap of faith towards these consequences. Right on, Libra. Facing it head on, right? People want to know what the tea is. That's the tea. You're dealing with it. You're the innocent one. I feel like you're headstrong. Somebody might be an Aries or Taurus. Very, Okay. Hierophant. 3 of Wands down. Yeah, these flying monkeys. Now, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this in your readings before, but maybe not. I don't remember. I do so many. Flying monkeys is a psychological term when there's people going around doing the dirty work. Like if you're being ganged up on in a school and all of these classmates are really, there's someone that's kind of behind the scenes constructing that behavior. See, they're considered the flying monkeys of all of this mental psychological abuse. These are definitely South Node, right? There is a victory here in this card, however, and gift is right over it. There's a lot of movement. I feel like somebody's discovering their gift. Some of you out there. Not everybody is North Node. Maybe they're just on their path. We still have another wave of people waking up, so to say. I believe I've heard that there's like one more wave of people that are going to be waking up before it's or something like that, right? Now this Hierophant, smoking opium here. Yeah, somebody's well versed. This Hierophant knows what the hell they're talking about, right? They are well versed and they're speaking their word over these karmics, these third-party haters. Somebody's learning lessons. And I feel like it's the hard way. Yeah, 3 of Wands down with the 5 of Cups. Yeah, there was something there in the past that you saw through or knew, or I'm not sure, but it wasn't going anywhere. It was too disappointing. You know that field was not going to be growing any crops soon. It's like dried up mud. There's a lot of work to do in that field before we can even till it or tend it or whatever, right? So, but yeah, there's an opportunity. Somebody is taking an opportunity, or that's what it's about, right? Going ahead, having a sit down and talking about this. You know, things are happening fast. You know, being quick-witted, though, however, with the narcissist is, you know, like I said, you might have to get some knowledge under your belt on how to handle certain narcissistic or sociopathic energies, right? So, you know, Dr. Ramani is who I watched on YouTube. If you want to look her up, she's fantastic. She taught me, like, I watched so many different videos through time. So it was how to deal with certain situations. It was what to say or not, with things that are, because they're so psychologically, diabolically. This is, you know, narcissism is a personality disorder. And the sooner people get this through their, you know, heads, that this is a disorder on this planet, and it's a big one. You know, it's not. It's, you know, yeah, very unhealed, very unhealed. Right, 4 swords down. No rest for the wicked. This abuse. It's fucking pathetic. I feel like somebody's verbally attacking somebody. You know, things are happening. We need to have a flippin' sit down. It's coming to a stop. Or it has something. The magician down, yeah, black magic all day long. The Empress is in town right next to this, however, and this is dead center in the reading. Somebody really just isn't taking charge of their own life, right? It still carries the magician qualities in my book when I have reversals, right? So whatever they're crafting or whatever they've crafted, right, isn't so good, right? The Empress is looking right at it, right at the magician here with these flying monkeys. Somebody's coming into their own gifts, learning something here. Yep, I like it. Like I said, it's like armor. Once you know, you can't unknow. There's some, you know, when people are dark like that, sometimes you got to really think about this, because they're the ones that are the most hurt, the most, with that, like, you know, and they're the ones that need the light. And it's like, some people are comfortable in the dark, yeah, but I don't know. They're in bad judgment. They're not awakened. They need to wake the hell up. And like I said, there's still another wave of people, you know, but you want to free yourself from this bad judgment, you know? Right. Bread can be toast, but toast can never go back to being bread. Right on, House of Hayoka. 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 I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Hayoka. Are you a Hayoka empath? A Hayoki? I'm a Hayoki. Is that what that is? Maybe I just spelled it wrong. Hi there, everybody. Hello. Yeah, they're stepping on your harvest. Yeah, taking charge of it. I don't think so. In other words, sit down. There's the new meaning of that. Ace of Cups, drink me. Yeah, something fulfilling. I like it for you. Yeah. Six of Pentacles is right next to this. There's a new beginning with gifts. Something to do with some sort of gift. Now, it may be a metaphorical gift. Psychic intuition. Maybe some of you are healers, or, you know, whatever that is. But I feel like I do feel like there's some tangible something here, something that you love. You're the Hierophant in your own, right? These people, however, with the Magician down, no. That's what I feel. You know, Two of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of muck. This is the second one. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, look at all that muck. It's like a murky muck, you know. This is like being stuck in the past, you know, with the Five of Wands there. People need to stop fucking arguing, the drama, you know, all this gossip or nosiness or you know, whatever that is, right? Take that blindfold off. Yep. Get your armor on. Warriors are getting ready for battle. The warriors, Archangel Michael's got his armor on. He's always got his on, right? It doesn't come off. Whew, did you see that? Yeah, Queen of Wands, Belina the Hen, taking charge and glowing up over these fake-ass apologies. I like it. Over this abuse. Flat out. However that is. Essay, psychological. A lot of this is psychological, but there could also be other kinds. Financial abuse, emotional abuse, when they're playing on your heartstrings, you know? Shit like that. Justice reversed. It's very unjustified, this magician down in the Chariot. Very unjustified. It's about leveling the scales, and it's about making things right, right? Somebody has a gift. It's right over this, magician down. Somebody has a gift over this black magic. This narcissist. Or narcissists. I feel like there's a group of them. Yeah. The sun. Yeah. The exposure, they're dealing with it. They're being enlightened. You know, the consequences of it all. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Yeah. Could be a shocker for some, you know, but dealing with this is difficult. They're in bad judgment. You want to free yourself. You don't want to deal with this shit. I feel like a lot of you are well versed. Yeah. These third party haters and, you know, learning lessons the hard way. Well, Libra, show them how it's done. Show them how it's done. Turn your card up. Because those meanings are still in this card, whether they want to see it or not. Wheel of Fortune down. They don't want to change. Six of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, it does have to do with memories. Nostalgia. The roots. The hood. The old hood, maybe. The old hood, where you grew up. I don't know. But, well versed, yeah, somebody's feeling the karma, man. They don't want to change. They don't. They got that blindfold on tight. You can rip it off, however, with the sit down. You could. Yeah, see, the tables are turning on these people. You have an opportunity for a new beginning here with the gifts that you've received or something of that kind. All right. We're going to leave it at that. I'm going to pull up a couple cards here. Nice. 7 of diamonds, 4 of diamonds. Yes. 8 of spades. The pig. Awesome. The snake and the star. All right. It's all about, more than likely, a male. A male. Yep. A gentleman. I'm not going to call them a gentleman because of this abuse, but I'll leave it up to you to decide. A gentle man is not abusive, but I'm just saying. Yeah, 7 of diamonds. Now, this is like Trump. This is like, you know, It's the best card no matter what. It raises the elevation. I love it. The flames on the hearth indicate good fortune and neutralizes the evil of unlucky cards and increases the value of the lucky ones, right? This is like Trump. I love it. And that fire is burning all that toxic, or that's what it's about. You do have faithful friends here. I love it. You're a faithful friend. You know who's a friend and who's not. Friend or foe? Friend or foe? You do have a mighty foe here. Yeah? This is an enemy for sure. They could live in the mountains or on a mountain or be from the mountains, maybe, possibly even. But it's a mighty enemy. Damn. And then you have the second biggest trump card, the pig, which is phenomenal luck after a lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain. There's luck behind that snake. Yeah. As long as you deal with it, as long as you deal with it. You don't want to deal with it. You're going to create your heaven now so you can have your heaven later. A snake is a snake. And then the star, which is my favorite, healing. And another successful omen in all enterprises, it says. Very cool. Wish fulfillment, healing, manifestation. I'm feeling serendipity. A lot of you are listening for signs, I like it. I like it. I'm going to give you an eternal crystal card. You're welcome. You're welcome. What do you need to know, hon? Mr. Rome? I can't see this. Mr. Rommel? Hi, everybody. Hi, Yoka. Yeah, spot on. Yeah, put your question down. I'll take a question or two. All right, what do we got here for Libras? First one on the table. View site, number 17. It's about healing. This just came out in the last reading. There's a lot. You might want to watch the Aquarius reading. I don't know if you know an Aquarius or you have part of Aquarius in your chart. Yeah, put your question down. You want anything? Do you want, will Merce contact me this year or next year? All right, Rezi. All right, Rezi. Are they going to contact you? I'm going to read this in a moment. So hold your horses. Are they going to contact Rezi? Give me a quick card. 10 of Wands down. They're dealing with something. Oh, no, you're releasing it. Excuse me. You're releasing the suppression. Wait a minute. Yeah, they're dealing, like you're being oppressed or suppressed. You're not talking about, somebody's not talking about something, they're not holding something in. I don't know. Hold on a minute. I want another one. 2 of coins, juggling. One more. Will they contact her? It's a nightmare situation. Juggling it. I don't think you should worry about it right now. Maybe you don't. Maybe there's a reason you're not talking or you're not going to see them. I don't think they're thinking about it, but I feel like they're in the nightmare situation. They're in that nail biting, right? Look, like I've never been there. It's awful. I hate it, but what are you going to do? Yeah, that's what I got for you. I feel like they're juggling the idea. I'm going to leave it at that for now. Oh, one more fell out. Yeah, somebody's refusing that it's over. It's about change. Maybe it's you. Maybe you need to let it go. That's what I got. 17. Don't forget to flip and flop your energies and genders each and every time you feel fit. I hope that was okay for you, hon. I'm sorry, but yeah. Hello, Orlando. I'll give you a card. Orlando, I'm going to read this and then I'll give you a card. You are a natural born healer. You heal with your words, actions, and energy. You can make a difference in other people's lives. Now is a great time to learn about natural remedies, counseling, teaching, medicine, or healing in some form. Remember also that you can also conduct healing work in more subtle ways in your everyday life. You don't need to be a doctor or a nurse to be a healer. You may be a great listener and have a gentle, compassionate energy which greatly benefits your friends, coworkers, or family. Whatever form of healing you do for others, either consciously or subconsciously, be wary of becoming too drained. Make sure you find a balance between giving to others and nurturing yourselves as well. Yeah. You can express yourself openly and honestly without hurting others. You may need to stand your ground and say no at times in order to honor your true feelings. Fusite is associated with your heart chakra. It's known as the healer's stone, and it has shown up to let you know that not only are you a healer, but also to let you know that you need to prioritize healing yourself as well. So take some time out, recharge, rest, and renew your energies. My nose is itchy. All right. Hidden Realms. These do take reversals in this deck. Show me what I need to see. The Eagle King, the big picture, and angelic help. Number 12. I love it. You've got quite the spirit team there, Libra. The Eagle King. Dun, 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 dun. Don't forget to flip and flop should you need to. This was up, right? I think. Yeah. The big picture and angelic help. The Eagle King is a sign that your highest destiny is within reach. You're on the right path now, even if you can't see where you're going. The Eagle King soars high above the mountains and valleys of life and is able to see the big picture when you seem to be lost in a bit of fog. He makes a formidable ally as he takes your prayers upwards towards the sun and releases them to the divine. They will be answered for they will be answered for the highest good of all. It's a fortunate omen when the Eagle King decides to be your ally. You have a lot of positive cards out of all this abusive, toxic, low vibing stuff. I like that card for you. All right, Grandma, what have you got for Libra? A few more. There's that gentleman card again, and I'm not calling him a gentleman unless you feel fit. All right, so we have falseness, thought, widower, lover, somebody grieving. I have 5 of Cups over here. Somebody misses somebody, maybe. And then we have gift again. Ding, 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 ding. Very cool. I don't know if this is a spiritual gift, a metaphorical, or what, but I feel like you're a gift as well. There is falseness around you. You know who's your friend and who's not, right? You have loyal friends around you. So be discerning and vigilant, I feel. Be vigilant in these times. You're going to have a lot of time in that hermit mode, I feel, to think. It's put everyone in deep thought, right? You could be grieving, like I was saying. This is that card. Somebody might have lost someone, literally. Here's that gentleman card. And I'll leave it up to you. to decide. Yeah. Phew. So as you're going through this, you know, get armored up. Get armored up. Know how to handle these situations, because these low vibing energies on this planet are doubling down, and it's time for the light workers and star seeds to double down and say no. It's like Wonder Twins activate. Boom. You know? Wonder Twins activate. Those are your messages, Libra. Be cool, be kind, be patient, and just be a good human. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon with your next readings. Ciao.